stopped due to a high level of spam. Pleased to say that service has been relaunched. We have Google with us today. We've got Vodafone Idea in the house, the launch operator, or relaunch operator, should I say, for RBM here in India, potentially Google's largest market in the whole world. So that's rich messaging. You've got WhatsApp. So WhatsApp has grown massively here. It's got 2 billion subscribers worldwide. But I've been hearing from MEF members, there's more WhatsApp fraud and spam, etc., here in India as well, because it's used so much. What are you seeing with regards to the use of rich messaging channels like WhatsApp, like potentially RBM again, for the delivery of one-time passwords or two-factor authentications? Is WhatsApp being used for 2FA here in India a lot? And what's the future of rich messaging channels for 2FA and authentication, from your perspective?
In that case, I think, as I said, that we need to take help from operators or the person who has designed that API, in fact, and we can set firewall over that to determine which is fraudulent or not. We can set up this process from MNO sides or the person who has set up this API.
But you can't if it's a chat app.
Hello?
But you can't if it's because it doesn't touch you. This is the point. So with WhatsApp,
in that
with
case,
RBM, yes, potentially, but WhatsApp doesn't.
Yes, of
so,
course.
but is it being used a lot for authentication here in India?
Yes, of course, yes.
It is. And why is that? Is it from the commercial model perspective because it's cheaper than SMS, or what are the principal reasons for WhatsApp being used?
Especially in WhatsApp, I think that is not a cheap than SMS. WhatsApp, there, Meta is always giving us one rate for all of the separate countries. And the other, all aggregators or partners, tier 1 and tier 2 customers, they are charging their own charges again. Like if for India, Meta is giving 48 paisa, then all other people, all other partners with Meta, they are charging, they are adding the profit margin, 5 paisa, 10 paisa,
so it's
whatever
not
it is.
The commercial model driving people to use, or what is it? How come people? It's the customer experience.
Yes, it's the customer experience. So when you are using WhatsApp, for authentication, so you are primarily not all the time is sending an OTP on WhatsApp. You are sending a link which the customer clicks and he's directly authenticated. So he has to do nothing, just a click and he's done. So basically the experience is promoting other channels of communication to come into picture. Like you rightly said, the rich man.
So even though from a commercial model perspective, it may be higher than SMS or any other channels, enterprises use it or want to use it because it's the customer experience.
Yes.
And it's Android, and again, it's a very Android-heavy country. India, if we were talking about Sweden, I've got another event there at the end of May, it's the converse. They are absolutely Apple. The absolute majority has Apple devices there. So, for example, A2P Flash, the user experience is not so great with an iOS device.
So, James, primarily what is happening, depending upon the user's past behavior, right? Say, for example, I had been using WhatsApp. Somebody else is using SMS. So basically, the enterprises, more or less, they are actually predicting basically what is the requirement of the customer, and they are authenticating the customer that ways as well. So once, like you are, using, say, for example, you are going to install an app for of a given customer. So what it does, it asks for you, like, what do you want to go for OTP less? So, and if you does that, so they authenticate you in that way. So that's the way it is moving now.
So actually asking the subscriber, seeing what they're using the most, and possibly even asking them how they would like to be authenticated.
Predicting as well, right? Sometimes you send you use multiple channels of communication, and the customer is not responding with one. So you decide, like, this is not actually the channel of communication to be used to authenticate him or for sending OTPs and all. So that's the way it is happening.
Andre, that's the way it's happening here in India. What's going on in the rest of the world?
Well, I agree with the point that the means of authentication depends a lot on the user experience and user habits. But if we look at the behavior patterns of our carrier customers in different countries, I would say that the primary factor defining the choice of the delivery path, delivery technology of authentication messages is the pricing. Yeah, we see that in some countries where RCS is cheaper than SMS, and it's not a rare occurrence, our customers convert conventional SMS into RCS messages It may be OTP, just plain text messages, whatever, and send them as RCS messages because it's less expensive. The same goes for WhatsApp. I hear WhatsApp is changing their pricing strategy, and this is not going to be favorable for SMS again, because, well, SMS is expensive. Yeah, I think many of the people in the room will agree to that. SMS is getting more and more expensive. I understand the reasons for that. We all want like bigger margins. There is nothing illegal in that, like in flash calls. Yeah, but this is the response from the market, I would say. Yeah, if a conventional technology becomes too expensive, there are other emerging technologies to, fill in the gap.
Yeah. There was a rather large sign about 30 seconds ago saying we've got 2 minutes to go. I know we've got something saying we've got 4 minutes left. We don't. We've got 2 minutes left. Dax, your final words on the world of authentication. What do you see happening here in India in the next year or two? Will there be continuing pressure on SMS with RBM coming back? Will RBM, Rich Business Messaging, RCS, be used for authentication and more? What do you think will happen?
For India, for RCS, I'm not very sure, in fact, but yes, outside of India, a couple of people, they are now turning up to RCS. This is, as per my knowledge, in last 6 months, I think we had collected some good queries on that part. Regarding 2FA, I think voice flash authentication is definitely, in my opinion, in both ways, it is somewhere very much beneficial as well for enterprises or some other services. But for some banks and financial institutes, it might be very much cautious, and after getting some good awareness to customers and people, I think we can go with that.
Thank you. And Ajit, your final words on the topic. A rather large topic, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the straight answer is it's going to be all of the above, right? I think there's a place for all of these technologies. It's going to be directly a function of cost. It's going to be directly a function of the purpose for which it's going to be used, the kind of data it's going to secure, right? The more costly the data is, the more technology-focused initiatives are going to be put in place, and where you can live with a single sign-on or a simple SMS authentication, you would rather live with it because possibly that is cheaper. I mean, today you could also use, now in place of a SMS, I could also send the same OTP via email. So we do that for many of our applications where it's a simple email that sends the same OTP, right? So end of the day, it's an OTP, because in an SMS, you don't sometimes, as you rightly said, receive it when you're indoors. You have to come out to receive it, but then it's too late. The clock has moved on. So I think it's going to be all of the above, and I think the situation is going to drive. Of course, WhatsApp and RCS has now come with this OTP and transaction model effective the last month. Things have gone live. So there will be competition to SMS, but SMS will still stay because possibly today that's the cheapest medium. Next, after email, that's possibly the cheapest medium. So it's going to stay forever.
Okay, thank you. And Rashmi, your final words on the topic.
So I feel, James, the dominance of SMS is going to go. So they are all other channels of communication. They are actually going to take go side and hand in hand with it. So basically, as Ajit was saying, it is all the above. But predominantly, the dominance of SMS should go. I mean, it is this is visible to me right now. That's what I wanted to say.
Excellent. Rashmi, thank you very much. Andre, any last few words from you?
Yeah, if I were to put my stake, I would vote for push messages and flash calls. But yeah, the good old SMS will definitely remain. Yeah, the good old SMS will remain for years because, as you correctly stated, there are quite a lot of places in this world where still there isn't a reliable mobile internet connection, and the SMS is the only technology that can ensure delivery of one-time passwords and important messages of the kind. So yeah, the SMS will remain.
That's it. So folks, there you have it. This was the last session before lunch. I'd like to thank my speakers. There was a last-minute speaker change because Narayan Govindram Jay Singh from vServe couldn't make it. Andre stepped into the breach, so thank you very much to you.
A pleasure.
For stepping in, and really nice to see you at the event. Dax, lovely to see you. Ajit and Rashmi, always a pleasure as well. So these have been the speakers on my session. And now something small for the speakers. Andre, unfortunately, of course, nothing for you right now because you were a last minute.
I'll come back.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. you. Where is it? There's no name. Oh, you've got a blank one. Oh, well, actually, we do have something. I didn't know. Sorry, this flummoxed me because there was no name on this, but we have something blank. You do actually have something. Shame on me.
Yeah, let's start from a blank page, right?
Exactly. Sorry, I didn't know that. Very good.
Dakesh Parekh
See?
from
Planning
Pinnacle
for
Dictionary
every
Services.
eventuality. Daksesh, come on, hurry.
Rashmi Mishra from Serve Solutions.
Rashmi, come on down. A bit further on. And
Ajit.
Ajit, thank you so much. Thank you.
A big round of applause for all our panelists, please.
Thank you. And one more for the group, of course. I nearly forgot that. So if you can have everyone. Andre, sorry. I forgot that one. Oh, it nearly is. Don't worry. He wanted to get first in the queue, and I don't blame him. Yeah, I'm usually that. There we go. If we get a bit closer together, folks, all of you, you've got your, let's have you turn it the right way round. We don't want to be George Bush reading in front of the kindergarten, reading upside down. There we go. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.